Plaintiff Samantha Morgan is a recovering meth addict who is friends with the defendant. And Samantha claims the defendant has low self-esteem as a result of her abusive ex. Samantha's suing because she put her credit card down on a one-night hotel stay for the defendant, but she was charged over $1,000 because the defendant damaged the room. Defendant Amber Sagopoulou admits that her ex was physically abusive and as a result is serving an 11-year prison sentence. Amber insists the hotel room was in perfect condition when she left, and she's countersuing for harassment and defamation of character because Samantha has been bad-mouthing her to her friends.
Start with you.
I met Amber back in 2011. Her and I became really good friends. I met her through her ex, which I did some jail time with. I did some jail time because I'm a recovering methamphetamine addict. That's
recovery, good. How long have you been in recovery?
Since October 2011.
Good. All right. When were you released from incarceration?
October 6th of 2011.
All right. And how did that play a role in your recovery, if it did?
Honestly, it played a big role in my recovery. The jail, what saved it. I think I did enough jail time to where I had the time underneath my belt to where when I got out, I didn't go right back into it.
How long did you serve?
A year and a half.
Okay. Did they provide any drug treatment or counseling inside?
They did a little bit. It was more when I got out. I did 6 months in sober living.
All right. And were you required to do that by as a condition of your probation or parole?
Yes.
To go into transitional housing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and then how often would you go to NA?
I did NA about 3 times a week when I did go. I didn't like NA as much as some people do. I did, however, stay past the 6 months in the sober living. So I had been, while I was
First, I want to congratulate you for the recovery. You know, I talk about some folks to shame them in the rehab. So, and then I congratulate those who are in recovery on their own. So, like to give examples of how to recover, and you're a good example. All right, so tell me about, once again, the relationship.
I met her through her ex. We actually had a really good relationship. We're really good friends. She was a really outgoing person at one time. She then, I don't know if it was from the abuse that her ex put her through, just has very low self-esteem to where she doesn't, I don't know if she just doesn't feel that she's worth anything or what, but she just went from here to here.
What does that mean, here to here?
She just went from the outgoing, bubbly type person to
withdrawn.
To where she just doesn't have that no more. Has
she ever told you she was troubled by abuse or a relationship?
No, but you could see it. She never really talked about it, but you could definitely see it.
All right, let me hear from you, ma'am.
I met Samantha, like she said, probably about 2011. She was a friend of my ex's. She kind of shifted more over to being my friend. My ex is now in prison for 11 years for domestic violence.
11?
Yeah.
Wow.
Samantha was there through a lot of it. At first, like she said, I was real withdrawn. I didn't tell her a whole lot about it. After the last incident with my ex, and she went to jail, Samantha was one of the people that kind of convinced me not to bond her out again, that it was just going to be a recurring process, and one of these days I was not going to wake up because of it. So she was really supportive after that. She was supportive after my ex was sentenced to 11 years, which was kind of hard.
And why are you suing her today?
I'm suing her today because Amber just doesn't have a place to live at the moment. So I went and I put a hotel room in my name and used my debit card for her and her dogs. When she checked out, I looked at my bank statement.
How many dogs?
3, 2 pit bulls and a chihuahua.
Oh, I hate to be that chihuahua.
Oh, please, that chihuahua had those pits shook, I promise you. Had them shook up, all that little barking and snapping.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I went to the gas station and noticed my debit card was declined. So I went ahead and looked at my bank statement, and there was $1,138 worth of damages that were taken out of my bank account due to the room that she was in.
Okay. Ma'am?
the room was fine when I left. She had even been over at the room.
What did they say the damages were?
There was.
Because she says it was fine. She said she had, was it a large suite?
No, it was just a regular room.
All right. She said she had 2 pit bulls and
You're
a
in a
chihuahua in a very small room, and it was impossible to have any damages.
I do have pictures of some of the damages.
Let's see them,
if you
please.
have-
Thanks.
All right. Urine on the carpet by the dog, clearly. Towel to wipe it up, I guess. Not sure. Scratched by the dog on the couch or a bed or a mattress. Ma'am, she's right. She didn't do a thing. The dog's dead.
That's good.
And you didn't see any of that damage?
There wasn't. My dogs were in a kennel. I think
They were what?
They were in a kennel the entire time. The only time we took the dogs out was when we took them outside.
Did you call about the damages, or did you ask her to call?
I did call about the damages, and the lady explained to me, and she sent me an email of the breakdown
Can I
of the
see it,
damages.
please?
Breakdown.
Yep.
How long after this incident did
It was
they?
the night after.
The night after?
The day after they
Okay,
sent
so there couldn't have been anyone else in that room in between time, ma'am. When she discussed it with you, what did you tell her?
I went over the list with her. I called up to the hotel. I tried to talk to the manager. They said that the room, they had to charge her for 3 days for closing the room down. But I don't understand how they lost revenue on that room if the hotel wasn't at max capacity. I mean,
What does that have to do with you damaging it?
because I didn't damage the room.
All right, so that's my point. Why didn't you talk about that as opposed to
I did.
trying to determine how they run their business? What did she say to you about it? Did she ever discuss?
I discussed it with Amber. Amber, I have the text messages saying that she did not damage the room, but that she would make sure that I got my money back.
All right, let's see that. Did you tell her that, and why have you changed your mind, or why are you saying no today?
I did. I felt bad that.
Okay, you feel
her-
better now?
I do feel bad, but I didn't do those damages.
If
I
you
didn't
feel
cause
bad, let's stay with that sentiment. And that sentiment was, if they don't put it back tomorrow, I will sell my car for the amount they took and give it to you. No one does that, ma'am, just to be nice. Sell their car. $2,000 for harassment and defamation. How did she do that?
Once she showed me the emails and the damages that they said I did, I didn't create those damages. I told Sam that I would call the hotel. I would try to help her to get the money refunded. She continuously started bad-mouthing me to people, talking
To who?
about.
Do you have evidence of that?
I don't. My phone had been
What has she
damaged
done?
and lost
What
it.
people has she badmouthed you to, and what did she
People
say?
that we know, our friends, things
What
like
has
that.
she said?
She just talking crap, basically.
You have to prove it. Unless you can tell me what that crap is, then I can't grant you judgment.
She told me that just talking
All
crap.
right, your claim is
basically.
dismissed for defamation. Yours is granted for $2,500, based particularly on this text, but also the by a preponderance of evidence, I believe she's right over you. And that is the burden she must prove, and she has. Judgment for the plaintiff, yours is dismissed. Have a good day.
Well, Amber, I really hope we could become friends and keep our friendship over this.
I'd like that. I'd hope so too.